Hey folks, welcome into the Thinking Crypto podcast, your home for cryptocurrency news and interviews. I'm your host, Tony Edward. On your way in, please hit that subscribe button as well as the thumbs up button and leave a comment below. If you're listening on a podcast platform such as Spotify or Apple, please leave a 5-star rating and review. Folks, Jim Cramer is a menace. On Monday, the man tweeted out buy crypto, right? That was his first tweet early on Monday morning. And then today he goes on CNBC. He gets interviewed by Andrew Sorkin and the others. And it's unbelievable. You usually don't see Jim Cramer in this setting, but of course, he talks crypto. He says, I say crypto is fine. I'm using it as insurance, and it's insurance against the $37 trillion that we owe. I mean, this man is trying to crash the market, right? Inverse Cramer. Let me play the clip for you.
What about all the folks, especially the younger people, who say that the future is crypto?
I say crypto is fine.
How do you value that? What is the sort of process with which you would use?
Well, I'm using it as insurance, and it's an insurance against the $37 trillion that we owe. Of course, we do have a government shutdown, but at least it's not connected to a deadline involving refinancing for the government, which is really good. The government shutdown is not done at the same time as a possible cataclysm of not paying our bills. But I don't know. I think that crypto is, I'm not valuing it as fun. I'm valuing it as anti what the younger people think is our country's problems. They may know that one.
Right.
But then again, maybe my generation never has to see it, and their generation is going to have to live with what happens.
So, again, inverse Cramer, maybe the additional downside we have is because of this man. He's going to send us down lower, and then we find our bottom, and then we are going to have a big Q4, of course. So it's all part of the process, by the way. So right now, Bitcoin trading over $114,000. But like I said, I don't think we're out of the woods yet. I could be wrong, but I think there's further downside. Bitcoin could go test some lower levels, taking the RSI to the extremely oversold zone below 30. So we'll have to wait and see, right? We don't have a crystal ball, but based on the data, we can formulate a thesis. But we're still in a macro bull market. I've covered that ad nauseum on my live stream and in yesterday's podcast and in my recent newsletter. So patience is the key here. We just got to go through the roller coaster ride. All right, let's jump into some news. The SEC is considering allowing stocks to trade on-chain with plans to launch quickly. This is very bullish. We know the SEC has been meeting with a lot of TradFi institutions, and many of these institutions, like banks, like your investment firms like BlackRock, and the stock exchanges like NASDAQ, they all want to have tokenized stocks and other assets, but they're starting with stocks. So the SEC is essentially getting the pressure here to move faster than expected. So let me give you the details. The SEC is reportedly developing a plan to allow blockchain-registered versions of stocks to trade on cryptocurrency exchanges, a move that would mark a significant step toward integrating digital asset technology into the traditional financial system. The proposal, still in the early stages, would let investors buy and sell stock tokens, digital representations of shares in publicly traded companies, on approved crypto platforms. The information reported on Tuesday, citing people familiar with the matter. The initiative reflects the growing regulatory openness to tokenization, the process of creating blockchain-based tokens that mirror ownership of traditional assets. SEC Chair Paul Atkins recently described tokenization as an innovation the agency would seek to advance, not restrict. Regulators should be focused on how do we advance innovation in the marketplace, he said, noting that tokenized assets would improve access to financial markets and reduce costs. So again, folks, do you see the direction the puck is heading here? The regulators are on board. We know crypto has a much more friendlier environment here in the United States, and tokenization is a big race, in addition to stablecoins and many firms looking to launch crypto trading and custody. But they want to put assets like gold and stocks and much more on the blockchain because it allows it to trade 24/7. You can operate with it via DeFi. You can open it up to more markets and jurisdictions around the world. So there's a lot of benefits here, and the race is on. Now, speaking of stablecoins, look at this news. Visa, the credit card giant, pilots stablecoin payments for businesses sending money abroad. So we're seeing massive adoption by these traditional institutions, credit card companies, payment companies, stock exchanges, banks, and much more. So global payments giant Visa has launched a pilot pilot to test stablecoins for cross-border payments, providing businesses with a new way to transfer money abroad more quickly. The pilot will allow businesses, including banks and remittance providers, to pre-fund Visa Direct with stablecoins instead of fiat currency. Visa treats those stablecoins as money in the bank or available balances for payouts, enabling businesses to send money abroad without locking up large sums of cash days in advance. So many of you who don't understand the problem of payments that has been going on for a long time due to the SWIFT system, you got Nostro Vostro accounts, you got folks who have to hold cash on their balance sheet just to fund these payments. They won't have to do that with stablecoins. Instant settlement, real time, cheaper fees. So that's why these payment giants are adopting this technology. This is the value proposition, right, of why they're looking to do this. So a lot of people still don't understand, why do you need stablecoins? I use Venmo, but they don't understand the problem that happens behind the movement of money. Here's a quote: "We're bringing stablecoins to Visa Direct, our push payments platform, enabling real-time money movement to billions of endpoints," a Visa spokesperson told The Block. By doing so, we're creating a world where payments can be settled in stablecoins, unlocking instant global and programmable payments. So they're going to be using USDC and, well, I should say Circle's USDC and the EURC token. So you have both a US dollar and a euro backed stablecoin. So they're going to expand to other stablecoins, they said here, but they're starting with Circles, which makes sense. Folks, this episode is brought to you by Uphold. Uphold is a great platform I've been using since 2018. They're one of my go-to exchanges. They have over 300 plus cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, and all the top altcoins. They offer staking on 20 plus crypto assets. I've been using Uphold for many years. I've never had any issues or problems. And best of all, folks, they are fully reserved. They don't commingle or lend out your crypto assets. In fact, you can review their transparency report on their website. And they have a great rewards program called Uphold Rewards, where you can earn up to 5.25% on stablecoins. You can also get 24-hour early access to new tokens they list. Now, the stablecoins they support are Ripple's RLUSD. You can earn up to 5% there, and USBC, where you can earn up to 5.25% there. And to participate, you simply have to open the app once per month, deposit $50 once per month, and trade $50 once per month. So very simple. Once again, this is a platform I use. I can vouch for it. So if you'd like to learn more about Uphold, check out the link in the description. Now, look at this. USDC issuer, which is Circle, partners with Deutsche Börse for Europe stablecoin adoption. So Circle is making some big moves here. German securities marketplace Deutsche Börse has partnered with USDC stablecoin issuer Circle to collaborate on stablecoin adoption in Europe. Deutsche Börse Group and Circle Internet Group have signed a memorandum of understanding to integrate Circle's stablecoins within Deutsche Börse financial market infrastructure, according to a joint statement on Tuesday. The collaboration targets Circle's EuroPeg EURC stablecoin as well as its $peg USDC, with an initial focus on listing and trading on 360T's digital exchange 3DX and via crypto finance, both part of Deutsche Börse. Huge adoption news here. We're seeing many traditional firms adopting stablecoins, Bitcoin, and crypto trading, of course. And this is huge adoption for Circle and the USDC stablecoin. The announcement comes amid reports that European authorities are considering a ban on multi-issuer stablecoins, raising questions about potential impact on companies like Circle and Paxos. Now, I think they're going to figure this out. I don't think the European authority is going to be that crazy, but hey, you never know. But I think the crypto industry is going to, fight and lobby and do much more. But this is big, big news here, folks. Pretty incredible what we're seeing from an adoption standpoint. Now, this news is big. Web3 investor Animoca Brands equity to be tokenized on Solana in RWA deal. Now, you may recall I interviewed the CEO of Animoca Brands, Yatsu. They're one of the largest investment firms in crypto. They're based in Hong Kong, and this is pretty incredible that they're tokenizing on Solana. So real-world asset tokenization company Republic plans to tokenize equity in major Hong Kong-based Web3 investment company Animoca Brands. According to a Tuesday Republic announcement, Animoca Brands equity tokenization on Solana will allow more investors to access exposure to the company. Animoca is not listed on any public exchange, but has invested in more than 600 Web3 projects. So once again, one of the largest investment firms, and they've done a lot in gaming and a metaverse and much more. So this is pretty interesting. Andrew Durgee, co-CEO at Republic, said the initiative sets a precedent for how companies can structure their equity for the future. Solana Foundation President Lily Liu added that the move showcases what internet capital markets make possible, giving retail investors access to opportunities once reserved for private markets. So so clearly they highlighted the benefits there of tokenization, opening it up to more people and opening up to more markets. But this is big that they're doing equity tokenization. I think this may be the first of its kind. So very bullish news here from a tokenization standpoint, adoption standpoint, but also Solana. Now, look at this. Senator Lummis says progress is underway on crypto tax rules in the Senate. So, folks, I'm hoping we get something good that is bullish and it adds more fuel to the fire for the crypto bull market. So, speaking Tuesday at BTC in DC, Senator Cynthia Lummis said that the committee, which focuses on taxes, is working to incorporate ideas she has previously posed. In July, Lummis introduced legislation to modernize the tax treatment of digital assets, which includes a de minimis provision to exclude gains or losses from crypto transactions that are under $300 from being taxed. So that would be good. I'm hoping that they raise the threshold. In addition, folks, tomorrow there is a hearing, but although the government shutdown may cause some problems here, but there was a meeting scheduled tomorrow, a hearing scheduled tomorrow. I don't know if it's still going to happen, right, due to the government shutdown stuff. But I'll let you guys know, based on what happens tomorrow. But let's see. Hopefully they can get this right. And again, it can add some just more fuel to the fire for the bull market. Because if it's really good and retail likes it, there's going to be a huge narrative from the mainstream media, and it's going to bring in more people in the market. All right, moving ahead, folks, we got a big statement here from Ripple CTO David Schwartz. He's stepping down as CTO, but he's moving to the board. So he's going to be stepping a bit back from his day-to-day and spend more time with his family. He said he's still working on things on the XRP ledger, coding and so forth. So he's trying to go back to kind of his grassroots, or his roots, I should say, in being more of a developer and things like that. But he said he will still be in and out of Ripple's office as the CTO emeritus, and we'll see what he comes up with, as far as what he's been tinkering with on the XRP ledger. He says to stay tuned on that. But just FYI, he's stepping back. Now, you're going to see a lot of people spread FUD. Oh, my God, it's over for XRP. Come on, man. The company is huge now. They have more developers, more people. It's not 2015 anymore, right? So he's done a lot of work. There's been a lot of developments and advancements with the XRP ledger. You see a lot of tokenization happening now. I've been sharing that with you guys. Now that the SEC case is over, adoption has exploded. So things are in a much better place now, and a lot of different updates have been rolled out. So he's stepping back. So watch out for the FUD. People, honestly, I don't even need to report this because this is a non-starter. But, the FUDsters are going to come out. Did you hear Ripple CTO stepping down? Oh, my God, it's the end of the world. XRP is dead. Like, really? Come on, man, right? You're just going to see crazy stuff on the internet, right? So, guys, we want to be educated, not and be involved in dumb conspiracy theories and not be emotional about markets, right? So we want to look at everything from a factual standpoint. So again, just FYI on this. All right, final news item. Brian Quintenz, who was Trump's nominee for the CFTC chair, unfortunately, that nomination has been withdrawn. Brian Quintenz, I interviewed him many times over the years. He's a former CFTC commissioner, and he was working at A16Z. He absolutely understands technology and crypto, but he was getting a lot of roadblocks. The Winklevoss twins were trying to block him. Not to mention, I think the casinos were saying he was too connected to Kalshi, the prediction market. He was an advisor, and they were trying to block it. So I understand why Trump and his team and the administration pulled the nomination, but he would have been great. However, I tweeted out about this. I said, look, acting chair Caroline Pham, she's been doing an amazing job. She should just become the permanent chair at this point. Stay on and give her the official title because she's been doing an amazing job. The CFTC launched Crypto Sprint. She's been meeting with a lot of industry stakeholders, TradFi stakeholders, And the CFTC has been giving a lot of clarity, especially around prediction markets and much more. So hopefully she can, take that chair job. Hopefully she wants it. And the CFTC can continue to run under her leadership. So just an FYI, guys, that's the update there with the CFTC. Folks, if you appreciated this content, please be sure to support the podcast by subscribing to my free email newsletter. It is 100% free. Link will be in the description. Check out my book on Amazon. It's available in paperback and digital, and my course at mycryptocourse.com. This is a comprehensive course that teaches you every aspect of crypto. Folks, all the links will be in the description. Thank you so much for watching and listening. I appreciate you all, and I'll talk to you all later.